Okay, don't film that part.
Okay.
Okay, are we on? We are on. Counting down. So,
All right,
good
go for
afternoon,
it.
everyone. I am honoured to be here to talk to you today about the life-changing magic of full commitment. So, who's heard of the book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up? Yeah, it's a good book, right? I don't know about you, but my drawers look phenomenal now. So I'm going to share something else that's been a huge revelation to me over the last couple of years of my life. Now that I'm over 40 and very wise. And it's about the power of full commitment. And so I think I saw a few of you guys there as well, but yesterday I was at this most awesome conference. And there was a Swazi there. She was just this most amazing Swiss Aussie. And she quoted Aristotle. And she said that man is by nature a social animal. And that just really hit home for me. And I'm like, damn, that Aristotle is awesome guy. He knows his shit, right? There's a reason we're still talking about him hundreds of years later. And it really is in line with one of my core beliefs. And that is that whenever I am really feeling a sense of success, and a sense of achievement and fulfillment in life, it's directly related to the health of my relationships. So, whether I'm an introvert or an extrovert or what I'm choosing to be that day, I'm really enlivened by the sense of my connection with other people, with myself, my relationship with myself as well. And so, what has this got to do with commitment? You might be wondering. So today, one thing you may not know about me is I run a really successful coaching, consulting and speaking business. I have 3 amazing, gorgeous kiddie winks, and I'm married to the most amazing man who I am more in love with today than I ever have been. And we've been together for over 12 years now. It's about 12 years and 3 kids, right? And me starting my own business. But it wasn't always this way. Lisa Nichols. Hang on, we're getting serious. It wasn't always this way. I'm going to take you down. It was just under 2 years ago, and I'm trying to bring the tears on, it's not working. I almost made myself a single mother due to a simple fundamental misunderstanding about commitment, about what it is and how it works. And so, I'll never forget the day. It was a Sunday afternoon, and I was quite hugely pregnant. And for any of you blokes in the room that said it was to do with my crazy pregnancy hormones, it wasn't. It was because my husband was being an asshole. But I was just over it. I was just totally over it. And I don't know about any of you who've been in the room, but I was just feeling so disconnected. I was feeling so unloved. And I was feeling really neglected, actually. I was trying to be all things to all people, and I was still being this successful employee at Gallup, and I was being this successful wife, or trying to be this great wife, and trying to be this mother to my 2 kids, and birth this life inside me. And I was just empty. I was broken. My relationship was broken, and I was just over feeling unsupported. And so as I climbed the steps, and I had this huge fight with my husband, actually before I climbed the steps, and I was just like, I'm done. I'm freaking done. This is over it. I'm over you. I'm over us. I'm just done. And so as I climbed the steps to my bedroom, I was thinking, right, the tears were pouring down my face, and I was sitting on the bed going, holy shit, what do I do? What do I do? I've got 2 kids, and 1 more on the way, and what do I do? I'm over this. I can't stand the sight of him anymore. And I realised, holy shit, I'm a coach though. I shouldn't be triggered like this. I shouldn't be letting these fears and these emotions I'm having get in the way. What the hell? I know how to create great relationships. I know how to coach leaders to make great relationships with their teams. And what the fuck is going on? And that's when I realised, it hit me. It's like, holy shit. Am I committed? Am I really committed to this? It's like, I know I can't change Derek. So if I want a good relationship, if I want a good marriage, it has to be up to me, right? And so this led me to realise, I've just got a total misunderstanding about what commitment is. So if we talk about what commitment is, I was over lunch just trying to come up with some witty way to break up commitment, commit and mint, and that just kind of made me hungry. So I'm just keep it simple of, you're either not committed, you don't really care, you're not in, or you are. You're in. I'm committed. right? Can everyone see that? It's like you're either not committed or you are. And I've come to believe that the gap between anything that you say you want in life and everything that you're getting is due to that gap. Is there a gap between what you say you want and what you're actually committed to getting? It's what Paul spoke about, the first speaker out this afternoon. And so, drawing on my 6 years at Gallup as a partner, they're a huge global behavioural economic research think tank. So they like to look at the change of behaviour from the change of thoughts and actions. And so one thing through their decades of research is that they found that it's actually not committed or committed. There's actually two kinds of commitment. There's either rational commitment or then there's the emotional commitment. And that's what changes behaviour. And of course, for those who've spent 3 days with me now, or 3.5 days, you know that I'm a bit of an overachiever. I would like to say I'm a reformed overachiever, but hell, I'm still in that overachiever bracket. So, Gallup is this big global behemoth behavioural economic think tank, have two types of commitment. So me as Yvette Martin, I'm saying, no, they've got it wrong. There's actually three. Well, there's four. Overachiever. So we have no commitment. Let's call it, that's a bucket. With anything in our life, we can be not committed because it's the freedom to not pay attention to it. We can be committed. We can say we're in. I wear my wedding ring. I'm committed. I stood in front of my friends, my family, and I said, yeah, I do to this guy. I commit to you. And if you followed me on the outside with the film camera, and there's been film cameras this weekend, you would see that I'm committed. I'm ticking all the boxes. I'm totally committed. I say I love you to my husband. I'm kind to him at times. I've never cheated on the guy. I'm saying that here in public for the record. If I run for president one day, there is nobody that's going to come out of the woodwork and say, hey, by the way. If you follow me around, I'm publicly, I'm on the outside, I'm committed. But if I think about what Gallup know and what I now know about commitment too, about emotionally, if you were to follow me on the inside, that whole Christina Berkeley, they were like, what I really don't want you to know about me. It's like, holy shit, I was checking guys out. Yeah, I was doing more than checking guys out if you were to follow me around in my head. I'd be charging, how much do they pay for porn subscriptions? There was stuff that I didn't want, I wasn't fully committed. And to actually sit there when I'm groveling in tears and going, my relationship's over, to realise that, holy shit, it's me, I'm the problem, I'm not fully committed. My thoughts weren't aligned with my action. I might have been rationally committed, but there were multiple times when I wasn't emotionally committed. And then, as that overachiever in me, led me to understand, well, hang on, you know what Michael Neal was saying about we're up and we're down, we're up and we're down? Because we're human. We're fallible. We all have perfect imperfections. And so that leads me to know, in that knowing sense, that there's this fourth bucket of commitment. There's the recommitment. So you can be committed, but we fall off the wagon. We have our little thoughts. And so it's up to us to choose, to decide, to be in that fourth bucket in the moment. And you know what? It doesn't have to be stressful. It doesn't have to be for the rest of my life. Just for today, just for now. And as Ajit was saying, for entrepreneurs, we are addicted to, it was Rich. We are addicted to freedom. I'm totally addicted to freedom. That's one of my core values. And to realise as I'm sitting there going, fuck, my marriage is over. And it's not even my first marriage, it's my second marriage. I'm a failure at relationships. And hey, I'm all about creating amazing relationships for myself and for my clients. But to realise that, as Rich was saying, the freedom, if I'm fully committed, it means I've got to shut all those other doors so that I can walk through this door. Yeah, I can love that. Because that's when we start to take action. Because if we're just looking at the door, if we're too afraid to go through it, because we know that going through that door means I have to shut all these other doors, then we don't take any action. So we talk about the life-changing magic of full commitment. I want you to start with an internal audit. And as coaches, figure out where your actions and your thoughts aren't aligned. And I'm just going to keep talking louder. But Nike said just go do it. Make that connection. Because 99% is a bitch, but 100% is a breeze. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a wrap. Please welcome Frank.